And in the Criminal District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, we are ready to proceed, and we're going to call first cause number 26 CR 1313, the state of Texas versus Joshua Strong Gibson Jr. That is you, sir?
Yes.
You are here with your attorney, Mr. Walker, and the state's attorneys. Does the defendant, what are we doing today? Is this a disposition plea? Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and the arraignment here in this case? Can we proceed in summary?
He does, Your Honor. Yes, we can.
All right.
He does.
Mr. Gibson, in summary, this indictment, and you are probably intimately familiar with what it says. It was handed up in January of this year by the grand jury. And it states that on or about November 24th of 2025 last year in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third-degree felony of evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle. Do you understand what you are charged with here?
Yes, sir.
This was a motorcycle you were on?
Yeah.
My father told me how to get me in trouble, a motorcycle.
It was good.
From
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm looking at 110 miles an hour in this probable cause affidavit.
Yes. Is it stupid you stated?
Well, it's just, you're a smart enough guy. You know that that's reckless, and if you don't hurt yourself on a motorcycle at 110 miles an hour, try to stop when a vehicle in front of you hits its brakes, right? And then you slam in, then you go over the car and hit whoever's standing around, and it's catastrophic. I don't need to tell you about that. You know. Plus, it kills your insurance. Find out. I mean, it's the cost is just not worth it. What can happen? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Like, who's that guy?
In my favor, Walker. He's hard to tell.
He's the one holding your wallet.
Yes, sir. That's true, and has been for years.
Oh, what a great family. Oh, don't do this again. You know, I mean, you just put yourself at risk, but others too. Losing the control of a motorcycle at 110 miles an hour, there's hardly an option other than death. You're talking to you like your parents, I know, but I'm sure you've heard this one, probably. Why? Because we care about people's well-being, and you've never been arrested before, have you?
Yes.
You hesitated for a second. No, okay. How'd that work out for you in this case? You don't want that, do you? That's embarrassing and time-consuming, and it's a record out there that's you don't want to have circulating around when you're trying to get jobs and move up in life. All right. If convicted of this is a third-degree felony, which means you face a term of not more than 10 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand the punishment range you are facing? It's up to 10 years in prison. They treat this seriously. You don't want to do 1 day.
Yes.
1 hour. An agreement has been reached between the parties that you would be pleading guilty, but not found guilty. You would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 10 years in length, fined $500. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
There would be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal, customary for this type of offense. And some of these terms and conditions of probation will be, well, all of them are in your best interest, but some of them will help you a little bit financially.
Yes.
The way I did it. If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes.
Follow this agreement, get through, do this, get it behind you. If you fail, your probation could be revoked. You could then be found guilty of this felony offense, which you carry the rest of your life, and you can go to prison up to 10 years. All of that ought to be nightmarish. Oh,
Yes, sir.
good. You understand. Fix it.
Yes, sir.
You made a mistake, fix it and move on and do the best you can. Because you're better than making a mistake like this. How do you plead to this, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence.
Okay.
Without objection, it's admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea.
And here's the legal fork in the road. Gibson is not simply walking away with a slap on the wrist. He's receiving deferred or unadjudicated probation. The key word is deferred. The court is holding off on a final finding of guilt, but the deal comes with a massive warning label: violate probation, and the court can bring the hammer down. That 10-year maximum just went from a courtroom possibility to a very real consequence hanging over his head.
It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied, it states, with the representation by your lawyer. All of this is true, this state, so help you God.
Yes.
State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is waived.
Yes,
Here?
sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, Judge muted himself. Let me see if I can push back that, past that rather. We're a few minutes in the Wayback Machine.
Mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. That would be guilty for the rest of your life. You would have to carry it around. But the court is going to instead defer any finding of guilt so long as you follow the terms and conditions of probation in this deferred or unadjudicated probation order. You will be placed on this probation for 6 years, and it can be shortened for good behavior, like I do every day. There will be terms and conditions of probation, and there are 35 terms and conditions of probation here. Almost all of them are requirements I have to follow, and he has to follow. So everybody goes, 35, my God. No, we're not telling you that you got to run laps or you got to swim the ocean. This is commit no crimes, avoid injurious and vicious habits, don't associate with disreputable people. You can see what I'm talking about. These are things, do we really have to tell you to do this? But it's part of this so that you can be the best person you can be. Don't use and possess any illegal drugs, et cetera, et cetera. One of the terms and conditions of probation, though, I'm going to require you to complete the offensive driving class and pay all associated costs. That will help you with your insurance that's going to go up because of this. All right. Do you know, and you're fined $500. All right. You understand what's happened today, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do well. Okay. Please see him and you'll begin probation.
Thank you, Judge.